Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to build a Canik TP9SFX open pistol. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. So today we're going to do something kind of neat, kind of fun, a little different than I normally do. What we're going to do is I just picked up my Canik TP9SFX that I'm going to build for open division in 3-gun competition. And I literally opened the box, make sure it was what I ordered, and I hadn't seen it since. I've only handled one a couple times in a store, so all this is going to be new. I've ordered a bunch of parts. I'll kind of show you around the table here. All this has been paid for by me, and nothing was sponsored for the video, so just stuff that I had researched and felt like would, maybe work for me. And we're going to go through it. The video's probably going to be long. You can fast forward what you don't like and so forth, but I thought it'd be kind of neat to kind of just start from scratch and show you guys. A lot of times I go in and put stuff together and then show you, or maybe do a tabletop review. Today we're just going to do a video. It may take, could take as long as an hour, but I'm going to do the video that way. So the Canik TP9SFX, this is the gun that is sort of competition ready right out of the box for a value. That's why I chose this one. I wanted to see what kind of a quote-unquote budget build I could do for a 3-gun. Comes in this nice hard case. I actually opened it upside down. I apologize. It actually opens this way. So it does come with quite a bit of accessories. That's what makes this kind of a neat package, is a lot of the... and I'm going to play with the camera as I go, guys, because that's the only way I can figure this out. I don't have a camera person today. It comes with what looks, it's sort of like Kydex, but I actually think it's not Kydex. I actually think it's injected molded. Does not look like a true Kydex, but it's not bad. It would work in a pinch for this thing. So let's go ahead and get this out. I am going to safety check it like always, no matter what. Everything is clear. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get all the stuff out here. I'm not going to do a lot of talking about the pistol itself. I may do a review later, but I would like to get it going, the video, and we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. So I bought the version that actually comes with a RMR. So I do have to put it on. We're going to do that and so forth. But the Canik TP9SFX, so if you're not familiar with it, research it. It's a good value. I looked at building, I've built race guns in the past, and by the time I bought everything, it was going to wind up costing me pretty much more to try building, especially with all the bells and whistles, if you want all that, especially building an open gun. So let's go ahead. I think Takedown is, let's see. So Takedown is very similar to a Glock. Put it in a safe direction, fire the trigger, pull down on these 2 tabs right here on either side. Very similar to a Glock. This is actually easier than a Glock because it has kind of dedicated tabs that are a little more distinctive than the Glock itself. So first things first, let's do this. I'll do the, let's do the sights first. I just got to figure out, it comes with some tools here. That's not it. Again, this is the first time me open it, guys, so you're seeing what I'm seeing for the first time. Let's see what's in this little box here. If I am not on camera, out of frame a little bit occasionally throughout the video, I'll go ahead and apologize in advance, because it's going to be kind of hard to keep things moving along and do that. So it includes a lot of extras, like extra screws and little things here. So we're going to take this off. Just FYI, this comes with a Warren tactical sight on the rear from the factory, which is very nice. And let's go ahead and take this off. I tried pre-staging everything the best I could to speed things along, but I know one thing that I know where it's at over here in my box, but I need to grab it real quick here in a second, guys, once we get a little further along. So what you're going to see tonight is putting on the sight. You're going to see putting on a threaded barrel with a muzzle brake. You're going to see a Magwell installed. So that just, once you undo those 2 screws, it just pops right out. All right, so what I needed, guys, was some Loctite. You always want to use like some blue Loctite. All right, so next thing's next. I got to figure out which plate to use and understand that portion of it real quick. So it looks like it needs a battery, and that is included there. So again, I literally took it out, make sure that I had what I was supposed to have, and signed the paperwork, got everything done at the shop, and left. So like I said, you guys are seeing kind of me fumble through some of this, and I apologize. It gives you extra fiber optic sights for the front. One's yellow, one's kind of an orangish red color, and then the one that's in it is orangish red also. All right, so now I got to find my plates. I know it comes with them. It comes with 2 magazines from the factory. Let's go ahead and set those to the side because we're going to do base plates for those magazines. All right, so unfortunately, it's supposed to be in here, and I don't see the different base plates. Well, this is great. So we got a problem already. I don't see. Let me look up here. Ah, here we go. All right. Sorry, guys. A little panic there. I thought, oh no, not that. So, comes with the case. Again, it's got this right here, which is your user manual. It's really nice and thought out, to be honest with you. So I just got to figure out which one of these plates is specific to this. I think it's this one. Pretty sure of that. Yeah. So it should be, according to this, what I'm seeing here, it looks like the number 3 plate should be the one I think that works, I think. I just got to figure that out. Well, I'm not so sure. It's not fitting like I thought it should. So let's keep digging here. Get the rest. I'll just get them all out, then we'll put them back later once we figure out which one it is. I guess the smart thing to do would be to read the instructions, but we're going to wing it for now. This one out is kind of stuck. All right. So I don't think it's this one either. I could be wrong. So what I'm trying to line up, guys, there's 2 tabs that kind of stand up right there. That's got to match your rear sight here. So we tried 3, we tried 2. Number 4, let's see if, okay, I don't think, let's see. Number 1, I think it's going to be number 1. There we go. Number 1 is it. So, all right. So first things first, you want to put your base on. Make sure that's correct. And we will go ahead and secure. Let's see here. I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. I need to put the battery in. I know that. So usually the batteries go. You can test it maybe. I always test it before I screw everything down on these, but you're going to have to make contact with the metal and go ahead and turn it on and see if it comes on. If it does not, you probably got the battery wrong. Let's try that now. I'll tell you something I don't like here in a minute once I get past this. I don't want to drag out the video. I'll do it once I start explaining things. Yep. All right. So I got the dot on now. All right. So we're going to take a little Loctite, dab on this screw here. What I was going to tell you I don't like, I can tell already, is that battery is going to be hard to change out when you change it. It's not going to be that easy. So that's, I don't say it's a problem, but it is what it is. It's not something that's going to be easily changed. So these holes are not lining up like I thought they should, so let me flip this around here, try it this way. Yep, there we go. Alright, so I had to flip the base around, so pay attention. And for you guys doing it, it'll be base number 1 and the number 101 needs to be towards the muzzle when you're doing this. Go ahead and get that started. And I don't tighten it all the way down, I just kind of snug it up and then get the other one going. Well, I thought I had it going. Alright, so I'm learning something here, guys. It looks like I was thinking the screws held it all on. It does not. So what you have to do is you have to put the, I assume that's what these screws are for here. So you have to put it on. You have to attach the base first and then add the sight to it. So that makes sense. Okay. So, but sometimes I was wondering if it all used the 2 screws and everything just kind of held together. So we're going to add a little Loctite for this one. Go ahead and screw down this one here. Same thing, this one already has Loctite on it. Alright, so let's go ahead and snug these down now. That one. Snug that one down. This wrench they give you is kind of chintzy, just FYI. I can figure it will strip out pretty easy, potentially. Alright, so that's done. Now we can go in and do these. Except now I've misplaced one of the screws. Where did it go? There's that. Well, okay, I'll see what I've done. I think it's the same screw, maybe. I'm gonna double check though. That's the same screw. reason I'm backing these out, guys, I wound up using the same screw that this designed for the base, but I think it's all matching screws anyway, so it's not going to matter. I just wanted to confirm that before I went any further. And yes, it is. So I'm going to go back again with just a smidgen Loctite. Sorry about that, guys. So go ahead and stick that there. A little bit of Loctite. All right. Now we're back going, guys. Sorry about that. Get these tied down again, and we'll be good to go. I'm interested to see how this thing does. I've read a lot of positive about it. There's some professional shooters using it. It's going to be more challenging in an open division, especially the your local club level is probably not going to be too bad. You start getting into more where you've got a lot more professionals coming around, or people that are really advocates of shooting in that discipline. In an open division, this gun may or may not be that competitive against the STI 1911s of the world. You know, that kind of stuff, or 2011s, I'm saying. You just got to kind of understand what you're getting into. But, you know, the cheapest STI open division gun, you're talking $3 grand for something like that. So it is not a cheap endeavor to try getting into those pistols. And that's why I decided to use this one because of that, and go this route, just to show people that you can still, you know, enjoy yourself, kind of get that type of pistol going and learn from it. And then if you get really good, but you're figuring it's more the gun holding you back rather than your ability, then you can upgrade. That would be my suggestion. So if you're out shooting the gun, then okay, now you need to move up. But before you go out and spend $3 grand, $3,500, because that's about what you're going to spend on a nice 2011 STI open gun, even building a Glock open gun, you're going to be pretty close to that, I would think. So this gives you an opportunity to get into the sport at a somewhat reasonable price. Now, if you're going to ask, just in the gun itself, with all the parts and accessories you're going to see today, I'm going to have about $1,300 in this pistol. Could I get away with some of it without some of it? Maybe, and we'll kind of talk about that as I go through the video here. All right, so that's that. I'll snug everything back up at a later time. So there you go, guys. That comes with the, like I said, that does come with it. I'm going to go ahead and try getting some of this stuff out of the way. I'll do the cleanup of some of this stuff after the video, but I don't want to get my table here too crowded with stuff. All right, so next thing's next. I did buy a reduced spring, and I also bought a threaded with a muzzle brake, threaded barrel with a muzzle brake. So I've already put this muzzle brake on, which you're going to have to take off, and I'm going to install it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I was kind of messing with it the other night, just wanted to see how it fit and worked and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and try finding the right Allen key here to remove this. And again, this was not recommended. I kind of guessed at it. So you're getting ready to find out for sure if this one I chose, this muzzle brake, will actually work with this pistol or not. So we'll find out here in a minute. So this one I got off of eBay. If anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to kind of unscrew that. I'll be glad to lead you in the right direction. But let's first, I'm interested to see how this thing is going to work or not, to be honest with you. All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get my reduced recoil springs. Now, there's a ton of information about these reduced recoil springs. I ordered, it's a set that you can get, and these are actually by Canik, and they're marked L and H. So the L is the one that's the weaker spring, And to cycle with a muzzle brake, you're going to probably have to get a reduced spring. But I just went ahead and got the ones from them. And I may have to play with spring combinations if this does not work. All right, so that's how it's going to look. It does come with a thread protector, this threaded barrel. But let's check out this muzzle brake and see what it does, how it fits, what it looks like. So this one does not time right, so you're going to have to move it around like that. And then you're going to have to tighten it down. We'll take a look at it here in a minute. It may not work exactly right the way I want it to, but I thought I'd give it a shot. It was only $30 on eBay, so it was worth me giving it a try. So that's why I decided to do it, guys. Doesn't look bad, actually. I mean, I wished it was a little closer to the frame, a little closer, snugger fit, but that's okay. We'll try it again. You never know. I may wind up seeing there's a couple other people that have made suggestions about these muzzle brakes, and I may wind up changing it out later, but for now I'll go with it in this build anyway. So this one actually screws on and then clamps on with two Allen wrenches, or two Allen screws on either side right there. Alright, so now I'm going to take my extra parts here, get them off the table so I ain't overlapping a bunch of stuff. Alright, so there's that. I did buy a spring for this thing, guys. I don't think I'm going to install the spring tonight. Just not, I mean, I'm sorry, the trigger. I did buy a new trigger. We'll see how it goes along through the video if I feel like I got time. So next I'm going to add this. This is by Taylor Freelance. It is the Magwell. Alright. And if you see right here, this slot, and there's a push pin that goes through there. You're going to have to knock that pin out. And let's see, I got an armor block somewhere here. If you don't have an official punch set, and I actually have one somewhere, if I can find it, give me 1 second, guys. In one of my other videos, I mentioned that I got these this punch set and armorer's block off of it's in my Amazon store, so if you guys are interested, it's handy to have, to be honest with you. Alright, so I've got it pretty much out. What that is, guys, this roll pin back here and this little slot, I'm pretty sure that is really designed for a lanyard loop if you wanted to do something like that. Some of the military guys, a lot of the military contracts for firearms require actually having a, believe it or not, a lanyard on your firearm. So alright, so this fits in just like this, but you got to have this piece here. And the way you do this, guys, is you insert this and then you back it, this screw right here, you back it back out against this. You don't back it all the way out, try screwing it in. So let's see here. They got a couple different ones. I just wonder, probably two different versions, so let me see which one fits. So they must have two of these, A and B, and let's see where it says here. So if you have, Canik recently changed the shape of the lanyard loop hole. Yeah, it is a lanyard loop, there you go. In the back strap, we have included one custom plug for each type, marked A and B. So I guess it's just kind of trying to figure it out. Which one works, I guess, at this point. So this one looks like it works. So there's a hole in it, you just got to make sure that's lined up, and then come back and tap your roll pin back through, and that's going to hold that piece right there. Alright, so I'm going to take my punch, tap it just a little bit more through. Check your work on both sides, needs to go just a little bit more to the other side. Check your work again, about even. Alright, now my understanding is, let's see, I think it's this one. So you screw this in first, like this. You put this on, then you take this and put it back through there, and then you back the Allen screw back out. But don't back it, like try to get it, work it through the hole. I've been heard rumors or whatever, internet talk, that people have thought it went back all the way through this hole right here. It does not. You just back it and it kind of clamps it into place, but don't try forcing it back through that hole. That's not the way it's supposed to go, my understanding. So there you go, guys. Nice big Magwell now. Alright, so we're getting closer with some of this. Kind of show you what it's looking like. Nice Magwells. Just FYI, for you guys that want to know, I'm going to set that up there. Y'all can gander at it while I'm doing this. So let's do this real quick. So the Canik TP9SFX comes with a slide racker, and you can use this in the open division. Once you add this, you can put a lot of things on it, but once you start adding this, it automatically brings you into the open division. A lot of people complained about this one, didn't like it. I ordered one from Taylor Freelance. Let's go ahead and add it real quick. Pretty self-explanatory on this one, it looks like. Again, a little blue Loctite. So right here on your base plate is where your racker goes, and looks like the best way to do this one's kind of, I don't say hollow on the inside, but it's got, let me make sure I got the right Allen wrench real quick. That one's pretty small. I think it's this one. They did not include an Allen wrench for this, so I'm going to have to dig around here, guys, and find one. Just give me 1 second. Let me see something. This one looks like it might work. That actually came. Nope. I don't think that's working. Alright. So if I don't have one down here, guys, I might have to go to my toolbox. If I do, then I will just simply do it later. It's pretty self-explanatory. I might, we got lucky. So we got a little blue Loctite on here. Looks like I've rubbed most of it off messing around here. So let me put just a little bit more. You don't want things coming off in the middle of a match, is for sure. So what I'm going to do is this method. I just put it on the Allen, the screw onto the Allen wrench itself, and kind of just so gravity doesn't work against me, and then try getting it started. Don't cross thread. Be very careful about stuff like that. So I'm just wondering. I'm going to make this work. But just FYI, it starts getting pretty close. It actually is pushing against that side a little bit, but not bad. I think I can make it work. All right. There you go, kind of what it's looking like. All right, so next thing's next, base plates. Just FYI, if you get the Taylor Freelance muzzle brake, it will not work with your standard base plates from Canik. You're going to have to switch if you want this type of base plate, or that type of, there's a modification where you pretty much shave down like some areas on here, on this base plate here, the factory ones, and it'll work. But I went ahead and decided just to get these. We'll do these real quick. I bought 4 of them, 4 magazines. That's all I could find. I'm going to probably have a total of 8 magazines before it's all over. Maybe even 12 to have enough. You're only going to use probably 2 to 4 in a match, but you just want to make sure you have enough. To remove these base plates, it's got like a little tab where, you know, most of them's got a little hole. You kind of push. You kind of push right here, but this one has a little tab. You pull down and you slide this off like that. Whoa, spring went across the room. Hang on, guys. All right, so it's my understanding this piece here you do not need anymore. So I'm gonna have to fish that off if I can. There. So it's not that difficult to figure out. Just takes a little bit of finagling. Make sure you're, when you put it back, make sure your base plate's going the right way. Coming up into there like that. They said this is the tricky part, so let's figure this out. I know these go that direction, so you're going to have to kind of compress it with one hand and then kind of work this on like, all right, so there's an Allen screw here. Let me show you what that's about. Is that the right one? Hang on, guys. So you back this off until it snaps like that, and I'll show you now. See where the screw is? Then you take and turn this screw. I'm gonna probably do Loctite on these, but I'm not gonna do it on camera right now just because. But that's what holds this base plate on, is that Allen screw right there. All right, so there's one. Go ahead and knock the rest of them out real quick. Same procedure. Take this, slide it off. Be careful when you slide it off. I just kind of hold this tab only. Don't do that. Once you hold the tab and get it started, go ahead and put your thumb on top, and that'll keep your spring from flying. I was thinking I could just hold it with the tab, and you cannot do that. So these things you got to be able to work off, these little metal tabs. Just like that, make sure it's right. So same procedure, I'm going to push this down. Get this, my finger kind of out of the way while this gets started. Like that. Take this and tighten it down. Like I said, I'm going to go back and Loctite these, but just to save a little time on camera, we'll go ahead and knock these out. So, now the next one, same thing. Get your finger back just a little bit and get it going like that. Now they do make stiffer springs. I've been told that those don't feed as well. So in the competition world, you're just going to have to play with everything prior to a match, testing and all that, what's going on with your gear, before you show up and try shooting a match. I mean, if it's just for fun, kind of a club deal, and you ain't real competitive about even that, you just kind of having a good time. You know, if you want to test gear during that time, there's plenty of guys that show up at matches that A, have never even shot at all, or B, they are bringing new gear and they hadn't had a chance to tune it, try it, test it, or anything. So it is what it is. I'm more of the, I'm not super competitive, but I at least don't want to embarrass myself. I'd like my gear to seem like it works, but so I'll try making it to the range a little prior and kind of tune everything and make sure it's all good. All right, so those are done. All right, guys, so that's about it other than this trigger, and I got one of the Freedom Smith triggers. I'm not going to do that tonight. I'll actually probably just stop the video. I may do it actually, but I'm going to wait and do it on another video so the guys don't have to, you know, hang around with this while I'm doing all that. But there you go, guys. So good open gun. Kind of neat. See how these fit now. These should fit just fine and lock in, and they do. Just like that. So this also comes with an extended slide release. The mag release is enhanced also on these. They come with a few different versions. The one that's in it now, let me go ahead and figure this out real quick for you guys. I'm pretty sure the one that's in it now is the large. It is. So it comes with a large that's installed, kind of a medium, and then a shorter one. So that's just something you'll have to figure out what works for you. And but yeah, the triggers on these things are really good from the factory. So that's what, you know, kind of impressed me with it. They do have interchangeable back straps, and they include one extra. So this one, if it's marked, does not say which one this one is. So I don't know if this is, I think this one's the more enhanced one. So this one's probably the larger one compared to this one. But it points really nice. I got to figure out how to turn this red dot off, because a while ago when I was hitting, normally you hold down one of the buttons and it goes off, but I'm holding it down and it's not going off for some reason. So I got to figure that out. I don't know why that is. On my other ones, you just hold down either button and it goes off, but there you go. So it's the back button on this one. So this is the Vortex Viper that it comes with, just FYI. So that's kind of cool. I might would, on my compensator, he offers a like a silver version. I might order one that's silver now that I know, well, especially after I test it. I just think a silver one would look better on this, but yeah, if you want an open gun, that's kind of what you're going after, is that that situation there, guys. So pretty it's got front serrations for if you like manipulating from the front. Once you put this on in the rear RMR, it's really hard. It's not as easy to do from the rear, so you're pretty much dedicated to using the racker now every time. But yeah, really cool, guys. I like it. So all right, I'm gonna stop the video. We will I'll probably do another video about the trigger at a later date. I might do it tonight, but I'll record it. But just stay tuned if you're interested in how to install this trigger. There's quite a few videos. There's a guy called Frank the Tank. He's a competition shooter that uses this. He's got quite a few videos. Now, it's my understanding not that he doesn't know what he's doing, but supposedly he did some steps changing out the trigger that you really don't have to do according to some other guys. So watch multiple videos about how to change out this trigger before you just go start doing it yourself based on one video. So just kind of research quite a few of the videos before you do that. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. If you have experience with the Canik TP9SFX or any of the line of Canik products, be sure to share that with us. That's always helpful. And as always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you tuning in.